Okay, so I want to walk you through the full functionality of the employee management system. A lot of people have been asking me to add more functionality to this employee management system when I first make this post on my social media pages. Okay, so right now I want to give brief overview of what this employee management system actually look like, the functionality, and what you should expect if you're actually looking at getting a full functional system designed for you by me. Okay, so this is the employee management system, and when I first built this employee management system, it does not come with this dashboard because it's just the first version. So what I did was that I added this badge and all these badges so that I can have a count of employees that are already in the system, the users, the department, and all of those things. Okay. But before I give you a brief overview of how everything looks like, this is what the login interface actually look like. So I've actually come up with this simple login interface, nothing too much because it's an internet tool for employee management. Okay. So and this is what my database actually look like. So it's a simple database structure. So I have the cities that belongs to the states, then the states that belongs to country. Okay, so so that is what this. Okay, so that is what is in this employee management system database. Then I have where I store the employees, then also the department of the employees where they are actually working. Okay, so now let's me quickly go back to the login interface. You can see it's just a simple interface with the email and the password. Then remember me, and when I click on login, it takes me straight to my employee dashboard, and you can see my XAMPP is working. So it's on my local server right now. So now let's take it one after the other while we are exploring this feature. So if you want a customized solution like this is not software. It's built from scratch. I actually built all of this from scratch using PHP framework. Okay, so right now this is the employee itself. So you can see we have 6 employees, and I've generated demo data of 6 employees. We have the users table, we have the country, city, states, department. So let's take it one after the other. So what I actually did was that I make this view a pop-up so that you don't have to go to a separate page when you are trying to look at information about a particular employee, the country, the state, the city, the department, the employee full name. There are also some other information. As you can see here, I've actually added this toggle on default, so I can actually bring in the employee middle name. So if I click on that, it's bringing the middle name. Then if I bring in the state of the employee, it actually. But I don't want this table to be too much. Okay, I can bring in the city of the employee, I can bring in the address, I can bring in all those things. Okay, as you can see right from here, but I just decide to hide all of them. Okay, so I actually have a lot of data about this employee, the zip code, all this information are actually there. So, but you can see now that the table is becoming wide, so which is not making sense to me. So that is why I bring in this feature here, so that you can actually reduce the number of data on the table itself. Then I've also bring in this particular filter feature here, which you can use to filter it down. So if you are looking for employees in specific departments, you can actually do that. So any of this feature that you want to have in your customized solution, I can actually build it. Just bring your requirement. So let's look under marketing department. You see now we have someone from Canada and from Nigeria. Then under human resources, we have just one employee from this section. So I can just decide to clear all this filter, and it brings us back with information about all the employee. So if I click new employee right here, I can actually create a new employee from this environment. And if you look at it here, so I've actually tied everything together so that you don't have to ambiguous solution. So if I go to Canada right now, you can see that it's going to bring the list of some of the provinces that I've actually added under the states. Okay, so it brings Ontario, Edmonton, Toronto, and So if I click Toronto, I'm supposed to have cities in Toronto, but I've not added that in the list of cities. Okay, so also Ghana. If I go to Ghana, I should have Accra and other states in Ghana. Then what I focus on is Nigeria. Okay, so I've added the list of cities in Nigeria, so I'll just click on Ekiti, then I'll just see the list of cities in Ekiti. I can also decide to use Oyo. Okay, so if I come here, you see now I have Ibadan. Then I can also decide to go back to Ogun State. Then I have some of these cities in Ogun State, Abeokuta. You see now, so I'll just use my filler here to generate demo data again. So I'll just clear this off. Let's assume this is the address. Okay, so I'll just select date of birth. Let's say January, then 3rd. Then I will say date the person was hired is 1st of November. So you can see here we've actually generated this data, and I'll say create. So here it says, so what I actually did was that, oh sorry, so you see now that if a feed is not filling, it will not submit the data. Okay, so I want to add this person under human resource. So you can see now, so it's a functional system. So if any data is not being filled, so what I did was that I added a pop-up here so that whenever you are creating, you know when it is successful and when it is not successful. Okay, so I can actually delete it here. So if I want to delete it here, it will actually ask me again, do you want to delete this user? Are you sure you want to delete? I don't want to delete, so I'll just go back. So you see here that now we have 7 users on our employee data bank. Okay, so here we have employees that are 7, and it arranged them alphabetically. I can actually filter them either in ascending order or descending order. Okay, so depending on the date and all of those things. Okay, so that is the part of our employee. Remember, we can also search. Let's say I want to search for Dodson. So you can also search. So I've actually make it possible to search. So here those things is not available. So I think the logic I put is, I think it's first name. Let me go back. I think I put first name search. Let's say Kerry, or do I? Okay, I use the first name filter to search here. So last name does not, though I can add the last name anyway. So that is that. Let me see if I added for departments. Okay, so I also use the department for the search option as well. Okay, so that is that about the employee. Now let's go to the department itself. We've looked at the employee data itself, and you see here we have the departments. Under human resource department we have 2 employee here, and under product design we have 3 employee. Under marketing we have 2 employee. That is total of 7 that you can find here. So I can also click on this to actually look at the employee name, and if I want to modify the employee name, I can just click on edit here to edit it. You can see now that this actually go to a new page. I can disable that to just come up in a pop-up, and I did that. So you can see list of cities here. So under list of cities, we have different list of cities. So what I want to show you is this state. So under state, if I click Ekiti state right now, so let's click Ekiti state. So I want to actually show you something. So you can see that we can also come here to edit this state itself. Okay. So now let's go back to country. Then under country, we have Ghana, Canada, Nigeria, all of those. So if I say view Nigeria, then I also put the country code, the phone code, and under Nigeria, I've also make it possible to have the list of states under the country, so that when you come to a country you can see the list of states under that country. Then you can easily create another state under that place. Okay, so and you can also quickly find the list of employee in that state or in that country. So I've actually put, like, should I call it a tab, or I don't know, let's call it a tab, so that you can switch in between and see all those information. Okay, so this is what this employee system actually look like. You have the employee table, and you also have the database that is also showing when an employee has been added. You can see here an employee was added 11, that's November. You see here 0, you see here, so it gives you like a trending. So I can actually change this code to actually bring in this is, I made this in a format of year, so I can actually go back and make changes to this. Okay, so I can let me pass this and modify. Recording progress. Okay, so you can see here under, so this is what I actually use to get the data for the employee. Okay, so I actually use that information, so I can decide to make this in the month. Then select this. Also, I'll change this to months. Then I'll change the other one to per day, so that we have the data for each day. So if I do this and I come back to my solution, so if I do a reload right now, you see now that it is actually in a different format. Okay, so you see now that the employee itself is in a different format, and the department is in the format of year. So I can customize anything that you want for you, and here you can just you can go to the light mode. It's because I prefer the dark mode, so but whatever you prefer, you can toggle in between the dark mode and light mode, all of those things. You can sign out and all of those things. Okay, so this is what my employee management system actually look like. So you see what the light mode login interface look like right now. Okay, so if you have any solution that you want to build, you are looking for a developer that will build a solution for you, you want to build an e-commerce solution, I can actually do that for you. Bring your requirements, let's talk about all of this. Okay, so currently I'm actually building a tracker that you can use to track your finances. Okay, so when I actually build that, I will also make that available. So if you want to purchase this employee management system, it's available to purchase. And if you want more functionality to be added to it, I can actually add this for you. Okay, so thank you guys. Make sure you drop your comment, any of the feature you want to see on this system again, because I will keep updating this code to make sure that it meets the industry standard, especially majorly for people who are HR that might need this type of solution. You can reach out to me. I will send this for you, not so expensive. Okay, so till then, I'll catch up with you again. Peace out.